remember myself back in grade 5. There are usually two types of students in a class, the cool ones and then the creepy ones. Of course, I came into the second category. Although I was teacher's favorite, with my pants 10 inches above my waist, my hair plaited in the funniest way possible, and always the extra smart type. I wasn't liked much by my friends, and I didn't care. But as the wave of teenage struck me hard, I changed. From this to this, from this to this, and of course, from may I tell the answer to I don't know the answer. It was during my early teenage that I explored a carefree, thoughtless girl within me. I had been perfect at being a teenager, with a fearless sense of rebellion and a carefree desire for fun. But then, the fluctuation of moods and emotions. How everyone considered me to be awkward. I would pick up a fight, sit in room for hours. I loved to be alone and didn't feel an ounce of loneliness creeping around me. I was so carried away by my thoughts and actions, trying to prove myself a perfect teenager, that I didn't realize when this so-called teen spirit turned out to be disastrous. I spoiled everything, from studies to behavior. They say, life happens to you when you're busy making the other plans. It does. Mid-year in grade 7, and the Dasai fever had started to take over. Everyone was busy making plans for vacation. Like any other day, I went home. Hey, I'm home. Nobody replied. Okay. Can anyone hear me? Sukriti says he is home and she is hungry. Still, there was no reply. The smell of delicious food would fill the house, but that day, all I could feel was loneliness. I searched around, and in the corner of the living room, I found my mom, staring out the window, lifeless. When I asked her what it was, she didn't utter a word. She was silent like the dead night. Nor did she give even a single glance towards me. So I just left. I was in a state of total confusion and worries. That night, I see her pop in 2 sleeping pills and go to sleep. Maybe she was stressed out. Many of the times, she used to be. But why? I never knew. I then remembered about our fight the day before. I had had a really bad day at school, and when I returned home, she was at the door. So how was your day? What? Heard you're bunking classes? I didn't say anything. If you continue this way, I'm sure next term you're getting red dots. I never understood this. With everything I did, she had to link this with my studies. I stood there, silent. She was behaving like a cat, and perhaps I appeared to be a mouse, but she didn't know I was a tiger from inside. Well, she didn't feel so good when I just nodded my head to everything she said, as if I wasn't listening. Finally, she gave up. That practically meant I won the argument, but later, I didn't feel good about it. Maybe I shouldn't have been so rude with her. Maybe. This continued for a week. I pretended to be normal, we wouldn't talk much, and one day she finally called me. Are you distracted? I said yes, I was. Don't worry, I'm okay. Yes. It's just that I get frustrated at times. All my life, I've compromised for my parents, for my family, and now for my children. I had dreams. I did. But I gave them up. Now, I feel like living those dreams again through your eyes. All my ambitions that have long since buried down. I feel like you'll make them happen. You'll live them all. I know you've grown up, you have your own perspective towards things you're doing, but for me, you're still my child. And I fear that you'll spoil yourself. So promise me, you'll never let me down. Promise me, you'll become everything I couldn't. And that's when it struck me like a neon light. Where will these thoughts lead me? I got my answer before I had finished asking myself the question. Nowhere. And then I finally turned to her and smiled. I promise. This thing made an impact and never left my mind. I'm a different person now, a better version of myself, trying to become the best. And my mom, she's my best friend. I share everything with her. She gives me this strange comfort no one else in this world can offer. When I look at her, she beams a radiance of happiness, and I get showered in a warm affection. Today, a thought triggers me. Had she not shared about her dreams, I would not have changed. I feel blessed to have skipped this feeling of becoming a spoiled child or maybe a runaway child. Thank you.